Hey everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of Linking to the Afterlife. This season will continue with our soul existence readings and connecting with your loved ones in spirit. We will also be adding a few organic chats with friends and episodes explaining more about communicating with the afterlife. If you'd like to be a guest on the podcast, see the show notes. Thanks for listening. Hey there, Carrie. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Carrie, we're going to do a soul existence reading for you today. Is that correct?
Yes, that is. Thank you.
So for everybody that's listening, a soul existence, I tap into what spirit needs this person to know. And typically there is a piece of all of our souls that are out there in the wings, hanging out with their hand in the air, going, pay attention to me. I have something to tell you. And that's what these readings are about. So Carrie, you ready to get going?
I am. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right, we're going to start. Let's just close our eyes together. Take a full breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And state out loud, I am open to receive.
I am open to receive.
Great, Carrie. And you could just state your first name for me and the phrase, it's a beautiful day.
Carrie, it's a beautiful day.
Carrie, the first thing I'm noticing, I become you. I become that piece of your soul that we're speaking to right now. And I'm seeing myself like digging in a tunnel. Remember in the war, they used to make, what did they call those tunnels? Like foxholes, right? They would dig a tunnel because they didn't want someone to see them or it kept them protected. And I feel this piece of your soul has been digging a tunnel. She's trying to keep herself protected. Let me just ask, Carrie, is there a part of you that feels up to this point in your life you have worked hard at keeping yourself protected? Let's go with a yes or no answer for that one.
Yes.
Yes, good. Okay. And can you see the image in your head as I explain it to you?
Yes.
Yes, that's a good thing, right? Carry that. So I'm going to give you as much information, Carrie, and your name is Carrie. That's funny. So we've got this piece of your soul digging a tunnel to protect herself, but she's always on guard. She digs a little bit and then she picks her head up and looks around, making sure there's nothing there. And then she digs a little bit more and she's like, did anybody see that? I feel though she's alone in this foxhole, we'll call it. And I also feel even though she's digging, she doesn't seem to be moving ahead. She seems to be more caught up in what might be around her, this sense of always on alert. Would that make sense to you, Carrie?
I'm not really sure. A part of that resonates with me internally, subconsciously, but on the outside, ignoring that part.
You just explained perfectly what these soul readings are. It's the piece of your soul that's saying, hey, pay attention to me and let's fix this little rift that we've made. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. You're on it. I want to just keep looking at her for a moment. She's still stuck in that point of on alert. And I'm using the term high alert because she only makes one dig and she looks up. One more dig and she looks up. It's not like, okay, let me dig for about 5 minutes. I don't feel any safety around her. Again, I'll say she's alone, nobody behind her, nobody in front of her, but I don't feel she has a vision of what's coming. I feel she's so stuck in this foxhole, in this state. Does that resonate with you, Carrie? Yes or no?
That's probably true.
That peace, right? Just that peace. So we're going to help this peace. That's what we're here for. Does that sound good to you?
Yes.
I want to get her attention first. I'm getting I'm getting lots of goosebumps in my knees. I can imagine her knees are very sore because she's kneeling, she's squatting. Do you, in this present human body, have knee trouble, shin trouble, ankle trouble, anything with the lower leg?
No.
No, that's a good thing. I would feel, because you say no, maybe she hasn't been in this position for very long. As far as an age for her, I want to say she's 13, 14, 15, not much older and not much younger than that. And sometimes that breaks through in this human existence as what happened in your life during that age where you might have said, I'm on high alert because something happened and now I'm forced to start paying more attention to things around me, not in front of me or behind me, but around me. Would that make sense to you based on that age of your life?
Yes.
Without going further, did you want to just elaborate just a little bit on what that age for you, maybe say some emotion that it brought up for you during that time?
Abandonment from several years prior, and various types of abuse that happens to girls, so from males. So having that feeling of having to watch out. You don't know where certain threats are coming from.
So you were during that time, you were forced to be on alert more.
Correct, because that was the time period where it was immediately after the abandonment of a parent and after the years of abuse. So it was right after that.
Deep breath together, deep breath. This is what happens, right? We're going to bring up some stuff that needs to be just looked at. So you've had this little piece of your soul. I don't even know what she's digging. I feel she's digging, but the hole doesn't get deeper. I feel she digs, but yet she doesn't move forward. With a foxhole, it's long, and you bring in a lot of men, right? Men and women go in the foxhole, but she's so alone. I can use the word feeling abandoned also for her because she is alone. And also, again, she's not looking at me yet. I'm still reading her body language. I'm feeling she doesn't get rest. She doesn't take time. She can't take a drink. She hasn't been eating well. She doesn't rest. She's just on continual alert. Would that make sense?
Yes.
I want to first get her attention, but I want to just make sure there's nothing else I want to read about the image. You sense the image too, so you're able to do this next work with me, okay? She's hot, she's sweaty, she's dirty, she's been in this hole digging this, and she doesn't have a shovel. She's got like a gardening, what do you call those little gardening?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what she's digging with. So I'm like, no wonder she's not getting anywhere. We need to give her more tools, not to continue digging, but tools to get her out of that hole. So you, as the adult, Carrie, we're going to do some work to get her attention first, and then we're going to play with it and just get her up and out. So the two of you can join forces, and you don't have to be on. She doesn't have to be on high alert because we need her to trust the adult you now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Anything you need me to say about that before we begin this journey?
No, thank you.
So I need you with me, and we're going to stand in front of her. My legs are still just full of goosebumps, just from the knees down. We're going to be standing, well, no, it looks like we're going to be kneeling in front of her, because if we stood, we'd freak her out a little bit because she's kneeling, right? So we want to get down to her level. So you and I get in this foxhole and we kneel down. And if you need to close your eyes, go right ahead. That's no biggie, or else just stay with me. And if you have any questions as we move along, give me some signal and we'll go with that. Okay. But we're just going to flow with this. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Both of us on her knees in front of her. And when she's on alert, she only looks to the left and to the right. So she's stuck in a masculine pain and feminine pain. Masculine pain meaning someone has been hard on her, and the feminine pain meaning I can't be myself. I can't be soft. I can't be creative. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So let's start by just calling her name, and her name is your name. I'll prompt you, and then you can repeat after me. And then at some point, I'll just say, you take over. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
I see you there.
I see you there.
You don't have to be fearful of me.
You don't have to be fearful of me.
I am you.
I am you.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
Can you take a moment and put your little shovel down?
Can you take a moment and put your little shovel down?
Again, you can trust me.
You can trust me.
I'm here to help both of us.
I'm here to help both of us.
I love you.
I love you.
And I'm so glad you showed up today.
I'm so glad you showed up today.
There's so much we can talk about.
There's so much we can talk about.
Are you willing to talk to me?
Are you willing to talk to me?
She's still not looking at us, but she put the shovel down. Thank you for putting the shovel down.
Thank you for putting the shovel down.
I have a little water with me. Would you like some?
I have a little water with me. Would you like some?
She's looking at us now. I'm getting goosebumps in my arms, and she's reaching out to you, and she says, yes, please. In your mind's eye, Carrie, now hand her just a bottle of water.
Okay.
She's saying, I was so thirsty. Thank you.
I'm sure you were.
Well, why are you here? Why are you with me? Why are you here right now? She's saying.
I came to help you get out of your hole that you dug.
But how do you know anything about me?
Because I am you.
Let's breathe. Carrie, you're doing great. Would you like to stand up?
Would you like to stand up? I'll help you.
She says, I'm not so sure I can. I've been here for so long.
Yes, you can, because I'll help you.
So she's allowing us to walk over. Go ahead, walk over to her and take her by the elbow and help her stand. She is allowing that. Can you feel her?
Yes.
It's a beautiful image. You're about the same height, too. When she stands, you're about the same height.
Yes, I've been this height since I'm 13.
That's wonderful, Carrie. Thank you for sharing that. Thank her again for trusting you.
Thank you for trusting me.
I'm so glad I'm here with you now.
I'm so glad I'm here with you now.
Would you like to walk?
Would you like to walk?
She says, I don't know where to go.
You can come with me.
What is out there for me? I've been here for so long with this little shovel going nowhere. What is out there for me but more fear and more, I don't know what's coming, and I feel like I've had to be on alert for so long.
We don't stay in valleys for long, sister. You'll say,
I trust you, I do. But I'm also afraid of what's out there.
so am I. It's okay. We'll face it together.
But what do we have to help us face it together? What do we have? I only have this little shovel. Should I take it with me?
No, we're not going to need that anymore.
What do you need? Why are you taking me somewhere if we don't even know where we're going?
Because we don't need to know where we're going. We know now that we'll always be safe because I have learned tools along the way that'll help us both. And we'll just learn together if we need to. And there's people who can help us now.
And you can teach me?
Absolutely. And if we don't know, we'll ask other people.
I'm kind of excited.
Because life is exciting. It's amazing and it's wonderful. And you'll see what you've been missing all these years.
Will you show me where the sun shines?
Absolutely.
Will you show me where other little children have fun?
Absolutely.
Will you show me that it's safe to open my heart again?
Yes, because it is.
Do you have other clothes that I can wear?
I have everything you need.
And what about food?
Everything you need.
Well, what if you don't have enough? What if we're back in this hole again?
The earth is abundant. It's yours. All of it is yours for the taking. Plenty of abundance for all of us. You will not go back there again.
Do I have that as your promise?
Absolutely.
Deep breath, Carrie, deep breath. You're doing great. Ask her if she trusts you.
Do you trust me?
I feel I do, but I also feel I might go back and forth. Is that okay?
That's actually a perfectly natural and normal way to feel, and you will. You'll go flip back and forth a little bit until, yeah, but it'll become less and less and less until one day you won't even remember that. Be a past memory.
That sounds really good to me. And can I promise you one thing?
Sure.
I promise you I'll always tell you when I go back and when I'm afraid. I promise I will always tell you.
Thank you.
Will you listen?
I promise that if you tell me you went back, I promise I'll listen to you and help you back out.
I've only known you for a few moments, but I'm going to say how much I love you.
I love you too.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go with you.
Thank you for trusting me.
Okay, Carrie, deep breath in through the nose, out of the mouth, wiping the tears, the heart open. That was a beautiful scene. Your little girl was so responsive. You must have had some sort of connection to her prior to this moment where she knew you but didn't know you and then felt comfortable. Would you like to take a moment, take a breath, wipe your eyes? Would you like to take a moment and say anything else you'd like everybody to know to help?
Well, 14 years ago, I blew my adrenals out and I broke, and I taught myself how to heal myself. And I knew that at that moment I had to learn how to do that because one day I was going to need that again. And the dissolution of my marriage and my family, and that's happened in the past couple of years, has made it that I've had to fall back on those moments on how I healed myself that first time 14 years ago. So it's really taught me a lot. And lately I've been feeling like I need to go back in that time period and remember what I need. So lately I've been having these thoughts and these feelings like, Carrie, you know what you need to do to heal yourself from this latest trauma. So you need to just do it. And I haven't yet, but now I know I will, because I have to do it for me and for her.
I could see I could see how you've gained that trust in yourself as the adult, Carrie, and why it seemed effortless. Once we got her to stand up, it seemed effortless that she trusted you. She must have known that you were
Probably. Yes.
coming back for her,
Right.
coming back for her.
Yes.
And how do you feel going forward with her? Do you feel you can give her that trust and give her those tools and teach her so that she stays with you and grows.
I work with spirit and I know how to do this. And I help other people heal. So I'm just going to do the same for her.
It's a wonderful spot you've put yourself in. Again, I'll keep saying the adult Carrie, the age you are now, to be able to receive that. We have many inner children. It's not just one age, or it's not just one emotion during that time, but we get what we need when the order has come. This is the time for you.
I always knew that there was something lurking under the surface. I tried to access it 14 years ago and I just couldn't. But that's when it first occurred to me. 14 years ago, it's when I first recognized that there's something lurking underneath the surface. And it was terrifying because I didn't know it was there before and I didn't know how to access it. So I really appreciate that you brought it to light so that I'm not going to be afraid of it anymore. Thank you.
You're so very welcome, and we appreciate you sharing this with us. And do you feel now, because I could sense that also when you said that you were afraid of it, that really, what are we afraid of? That's such an easy word for us to say, when really we could just say, I love what I don't know yet. And I love that it hasn't come full circle yet. And I'm ready for when it does. I always say to wake up in the morning and be ready, for ready is all you can ever be. We don't know when will be our order to do that inner child work. And we invite that feeling in just the way you invited this little Carrie in.
I was afraid of breaking again. Like I did 14 years ago, I was afraid of breaking and blowing my adrenals out and actually like having like breaking down again. But thank you for saying that to me because I think perspective is everything. So from now on, instead of being afraid of it, I'll just say, well, I know that I have the tools to handle it when it comes up. I will recognize it and then handle it and not be afraid that it's going to take me down again.
That it's going to break you. Because as we grow, we learn more and more. We have more tools, like you said. Some tools get put to the back of the shed, other tools are up front. And then those tools go to the back and the other ones come up front. There's always an order to our soul. And the soul saying, look, we can only handle so much when you can handle it. We only give out what we can give out. Just like you can't overwhelm a child. That's why that child stayed there. She was overwhelmed. And that emotional piece of you just stood there on high alert. But now you have her back with you. And I love it. I love what you did. I love the passion you had for this little girl.
Thank you.
You're so very welcome, Carrie. Do you want to add anything else before we sign off?
Just, I appreciate you and the work that you do. Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome.